time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Mikal Bridges.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. We've got Miles Turner. Siakam is out there with Nesmith. Then it's Halliburton. And it's Nembhard in at the 2 guard. And for the Nets, Thomas is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. We'll have to keep our eyes on the center matchup, Greg, in this one. These two bigs bring so much to their respective teams.
Yeah, and remember when people thought centers were going extinct? Look around the league. There's so much talent at that position, including the 2 guys we get to watch here tonight.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. And here's Schroeder. Pass to Finney-Smith. The shot's good, and the assist by Schroeder.
That type of defense will not stop Finney-Smith. Excellent job converting.
Here's Nembhard. Thomas covering. Here's Halliburton. It's hauled in by Claxton. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. To the inside, Bridges, and it's good, 2 points.
And, you know, we all know Schroeder can score now, but they're a nice assist to his wide-open teammate.
Siakam deciding where to go with it. Bridges with the steal. And here we go, Brooklyn fast break. Finney-Smith finds Schroeder. And no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
You know him well, the Pacers winning 3 championships in the ABA back in the 70s. But they're still looking for their first NBA title.
Yeah, exactly. They've played in the finals. Took the Lakers to 6 games, but that was over 2 decades ago. And right now, they're playing in a very crowded and tough Eastern Conference.
First personal foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line, Cameron Thomas. At the line, 2 times.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Thomas. And both free throws good for Thomas.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Schroeder against Halliburton. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Here's Nesmith. Drills the 3-pointer.
A clean pass that time from Halliburton to a wide-open teammate. Just smart ball movement there.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Schroeder setting the pick for Thomas. From the line, and he gets the jumper to drop.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now, here's Halliburton. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game.
Clearly, Halliburton is hunting his shots. He's not picky and knows exactly how to adjust on the mid-range jump shot.
Schroeder against Halliburton. Thomas passes to Claxton. Bridges outside. 4 on the clock. Shooter kicks to Finney-Smith. And a miss there on the triple.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Pass to Halliburton. Shoots over Schroeder, and it's Halliburton missing. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Now, here's Thomas. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Clark, here we are looking at Miles Turner, a terrific player. What stands out to you?
There are a couple of things. His ability to knock down three-point shots as a big guy, but more than that, his primary attribute to me is the fact he's an outstanding rim protector. Excellent timing, runs the floor, and really protects the basket for his team.
Unloads from 13. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here is Halliburton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Here's Schroeder. It's a 3-point game. Back to Bridges. To the paint. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And Clark, thinking back to that Halliburton for Sabonis trade, what are your thoughts?
I think it's one of those situations where it was a win-win all the way around, Greg. You think about it. The Kings benefited, the Pacers did. Young players that have stardom in their future. And I think both players are going to be multi-time All-Stars.
Brooklyn making some changes. Brendan Watford's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Johnson comes in for Mikal Bridges. And Simmons subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. .106 left here in the opening quarter. And Simmons slams it in.
Simmons taking off, launching himself right through the defense and rendering that D helpless.
Now here's McDermott. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Atlanta. Here's Siakam. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And he can't get the first one.
A big man who can score, rebound, and pass. This is why Siakam has become a huge piece of this team.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Bridges comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Lonnie Walker in for Thomas. And Indiana with a change here, too. Halliburton's checked in. So he can't get either to fall. Brooklyn leading by 4. Fades back. Walker's shot is off. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
The pass to McConnell. Back to McDermott. Here's Halliburton. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Halliburton's got 7.
Yeah, I'd like to see more passes like that from McDermott, especially when guys are open.
Simmons against McConnell. Simmons looking it over. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bridges. Misses the fallback J. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Brooklyn ahead. They're up by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Forward spots will be Bridges and Johnson. Walker out there with Simmons. And it's Watford in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. McConnell against Simmons. To the middle. Here's Bridges. Rebounded by McDermott.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
Good on the three-point shot. Bittersweet to only have a handful of games left in the regular season, Clark. We've enjoyed the entire journey so far, but excited for the playoffs, I presume.
I definitely am, and the teams that are making it are as well. Still a few on the bubble that need some magic to get in, but that's what makes this time of year so exciting, the unpredictability of it all. And it's great to be a broadcaster this time of year. He's such a creative scorer in close. Tyrese Halliburton only needs a sliver of space to make you pay.
Johnson outside. Hits it from three-point range. Johnson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Halliburton passes to Jackson. Yep, that one goes. And the Pacers lead by 4.
Halliburton has such a really good feel for the game. He knows exactly how to get his guys to step up.
Johnson outside for 3. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Now McConnell. 17 points for him last game against Atlanta.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous.
Now Simmons after the missed 3 from Doug McDermott. Here's Watford. 14 points from him the last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Bridges sets the screen for Simmons. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
First
And
personal
Bridges
foul.
is a crafty
First team
player,
foul.
knows how to draw whistles and
And
get to
at the
that line.
Shooting 2.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
And in addition, their three-point shooting has been dialed in tonight. They seem poised for a big game from deep.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And a talented swingman. Bridges is someone to keep an eye on as he continues to round out his game.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Trendon Watford. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Lonnie Walker. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Ben Simmons. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Turner with a screen for Halliburton. Shoots over Schroeder, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Timeout called the Nets. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, of course, the Pacers have a great history, and star point guard Tyrese Halliburton is eager to embrace it. He said, "I want to know all the stories of Pacers players of the past. I want to know more about Ron Artest and everybody who played for this organization. I'm being where my feet are. I love being here in Indy." Kevin?
Oh, I'd love to hear that. He could be that next Pacers great player. David, thanks. Some changes for Indiana. Siakam is checked in for Toppin. And it's Neesmith in for Doug McDermott. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Schroeder against Halliburton. Schroeder passes to Claxton. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
You have to respect Schroeder's speed and try to cut him off. But when you do that, it leaves room to pitch it to the roller.
Siakam, a screen on Schroeder. Out to Turner. That's good. It's Halliburton with the assist. Halliburton's got 5 assists in the game. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
Thomas checked in for the Nets. Siakam outside. Passes it to Turner. Indiana moving the ball around. Neesmith, a three-pointer is right on target.
3.
Neesmith has got the lead up to 5 now for the Pacers. Thomas feeling it out a bit. Pass to Johnson.
Last 2 minutes to play.
Now Finney-Smith covered by Siakam. Clock at 4. Pass to Schroeder. There's the triple. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Now, here's Siakam. From past the arc. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
Schroeder outside. Johnson, a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 4 assists now tonight. Schroeder against Halliburton. And there's the pass to Siakam. With some arc, and Halliburton with the layup. Halliburton's got 6 in the quarter.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Johnson finds Claxton. Johnson inside. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Turner with a screen on Schroeder. Halliburton against Schroeder. Passes to Nembhard. Shoots the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Outside Thomas. Jacks up a 3. Unable to get that one. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Pacers lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.
Fans, let's hear it for your arena entertainment.
Welcome, everyone, as we dig into the details. Things working out so far for the Indiana Pacers.
Well, they've done a decent job of boxing out, sealing the boards. They're quick to the ball, and they look hungry.
They've obviously made rebounding a priority coming into this one. Mission accomplished so far. Okay, now we've got some time to take a look at the Eastern Conference standings as the postseason comes into view.
I think for the Pacers, last week of the season, they want the playoffs to start, but they still got to take care of business.
Interesting time. You want to avoid injuries, but also not lose your momentum.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Tyrese Haliburton has been sensational.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Turner is out there with Pascal Siakam. Then there's Tyrese Haliburton. Then it's Nesmith. And it's Nembhard in at the 2 spot. You know, Clark, I remember you had such a strong mid-range game when you were playing. Do you think it would have been hard to stretch your game out to 3, like a lot of guys are doing now?
You know what, Kevin? It's interesting. I was actually starting to try to add the three-point shot to my game way back in the mid-'80s as part of my development. So I don't think it's hard. It's a matter of putting the work in. And shooting is one of those skills in the game that can really be refined with good mechanics and just volume of work.
And so he hits both. Nets trail by 7. Schroeder with the ball. Still scoreless. Up top, Claxton. Turner covering. Pass to Bridges. The 3. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
No hesitation from Bridges. He gets the ball and is primed to take that shot.
Haliburton against Schroeder. The shot's good from Haliburton.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Here's Claxton. Doubled by Haliburton. Pass to Schroeder. Puts up a 3 and sinks the three-pointer. Schroeder's got his first 3 points of the game.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Outside Turner. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Turner passes to Nesmith. Here's Nembhard. Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Schroeder. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Here's Bridges. Off target with the open look.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Siakam outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And now we get a chance to check out Tyrese Haliburton. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. He's averaging about 19 points per, 9 assists and 4 rebounds. And really, he sets the table for this team with his playmaking.
Unselfish at times to a fault. He just makes everybody around him better.
And the first one drops. Siakam hits them both. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Nets trail by 5. outside. There's the pass to Finney-Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3. And it's Schroeder missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Indiana moving it around. Nesmith, the pass to Turner. 2 points. That one goes. Turner's got 6.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Schroeder against Halliburton. Schroeder looking around. And Thomas has it in the corner. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. He's got 8. And the Pacers with possession here, leading by 5. Siakam, a screen on Schroeder. Halliburton passes to Siakam. Count that one. And it's 9 points for Siakam.
And always nice to have an inside-out threat like Siakam. He can have an impact anywhere on the floor.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Claxton, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Here's Nembhard. Hasn't made one yet. Siakam, a screen on Schroeder. Siakam outside. For the 3. Nembhard's shot is good.
And the all-around game of Siakam, so adept at working the ball to open guys.
For a second-round draft pick in 2022, Clark, Nembhard is pretty impressive.
I might even categorize him as a surprise hit, if you will. He makes a huge impact out there when he's on the floor. And for somebody that was drafted in the second round, that's great value.
Timeout called, the Nets. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Changes for Brooklyn. Simmons checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And Johnson subbed in for Bridges. The Pacers also changing it up. Isaiah Jackson, he's checked in for Miles Turner. McDermott comes in for Nesmith. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Halliburton. Brooklyn with the ball. Trailing here by 8. Thomas finds Schroeder. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Schroeder's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Nets.
Showing you he can score off the ball. Dennis Schroeder has improved his shot since joining the league.
Down low, here's McDermott, and finished off by McDermott.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. they can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Now, here's Siakam. He's got 9. Shot clock at 3. McDermott can't get it to go.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Thomas. They trail by 7. And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam. Picked by Finney-Smith. There's Thomas with the 3.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
McConnell passes to Jackson. Siakam left side. Over Finney-Smith. Kicks it out to Siakam. Takes the 3. No good there.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day?
41.
Indiana out in front, up by 7. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Walker on the wing. He's joined by Bridges. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Watford in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Bridges. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Bridges has got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Nets. Walker against Halliburton. Pass to Jackson. A fadeaway. Ben Simmons with the rebound.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
When Lonnie Walker first entered the NBA, Clark, his athleticism really stood out. He's very quick twitch.
Yeah, he is, but recently his athleticism has taken a back seat, which I think is a good thing because Walker has focused more on becoming a better shooter, refining that part of his game, as well as trying to be more consistent in his overall offensive game. So that, to me, speaks volumes to this young man's development.
That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw.
Tough miss at this juncture. They're down 2 baskets right now.
Pacers leading by 4. Halliburton looking around. Toppin sets a screen for Halliburton. Misses. 4th time against 7 makes for this game. Here's Simmons. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
Now, here is Halliburton. Pass to McConnell. Pocket 6. Jackson, a screen on Simmons. Here's McConnell. Brooklyn with the rebound. Simmons got his 5th rebound in this one. He kicks it to Johnson. Pass to Walker. Back to Johnson. The Nets working the ball around now. Walker against Halliburton. Walker's shot is off. The Pacers have gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. Halliburton passes to Jackson. The rebound by Watford.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Simmons finds Walker. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 4th assist in this one.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
I did not think they had enough clock to get all the way back, but here they are. And now they've got to feel like they're in control of this thing.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Get loud, fans. On the court, your hype squad.
Substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Trendon Watford. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Johnson. Thomas checked in for Lonnie Walker. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Simmons. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. With the game in the balance, Coach was calm in the huddle. His main message, execution. He told his team to make sure to remember what they talked about during shoot-around. We've got a great ending in store, guys.
Thanks, David. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Siakam passes to Halliburton. Siakam sets a screen for Halliburton. Trains it from beyond the arc. And the Pacers lead by 3.
Tyrese Halliburton, take a bow, young fella. You deserve it. You have been outstanding.
Schroeder against Halliburton. Schroeder outside, inside, Turner with the steal. Siakam outside. And the pass to Nembhard. Now Turner. Here's Siakam. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner. And now a 5-point Pacer lead. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. There's the lob to Bridges. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Halliburton kicks to Siakam. Here's Nembhard. Good on the 3-point shot. Nembhard's got the lead up to 8 now for Indiana.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense has taken a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now, here is Halliburton. Turner with a screen on Schroeder. Here's Halliburton. Just 5 to shoot. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Just 2 to shoot. Siakam inside the three-point line. Here's Nesmith. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
I'm not sure there's been another era in the NBA with so many fantastic passers at every position.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a function of what we saw going back into the 80s with Bird and Magic and how they shared the ball and were such great passers. And you had another group of outstanding playmakers at the point guard spot and on the wings. So now centers at this particular stage in the game's evolution are playmakers, excellent passers, and are players that teams can run their offense through. So I think it's just been kind of a natural evolution because of the skill level of all players when it comes to passing.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Pacers?
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
You know, they've been knocking down triples, too. They've continued to make the most of their opportunities from behind the arc as well.
Nets trail by 11. Now here's Thomas. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Finney-Smith. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Schroeder. Good. Nice job down low.
Velvety touch on the floater. It's clear Schroeder has a ton of confidence in his ability to score.
Schroeder against Halliburton. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Takes it out to Siakam. Turner with a screen for Siakam. And again, it's Indiana.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
The 11-footer. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And here's Halliburton. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. As we leave you with our New Balance Player of the Game, Tyrese Halliburton.